live. Yeah, Wi-Fi's turned off, so we're good to go. We are good to go. Hey, YouTube. So, first of all, I want to say I had toyed with doing talking about this and then having some visual representation and pictures as part of it, but I've decided that I'm just gonna have this be me talking to avoid any copyright infringement and whatnot in case that comes up, and then you guys can just Google whatever the necessary things. So I'm talking about Sesame Beginnings. So and this is really kind of a minor annoyance, but it is something that I think about. Whoa, check that out. That's a cool car right there. So growing up as a kid, I loved watching Sesame Street. It was one of my favorite shows. I did grow out of it, but it was something that I thoroughly enjoyed and liked, possibly even well beyond my friends' liking. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. In fact, I've even seen a little bit of Sesame Street as of like a year or two ago. That kind of caught my interest, and I watched a bit of to see what they were doing now. So, when I started working at the Dollar Tree, I became aware of a line of products called Sesame Beginnings. This is Sesame Street for kids who are too young to watch Sesame Street, as one person put it. That sounds a little bit strange, but once I didn't ask them why they said that. I just listened to their conversation quietly, and that looks cool. Anyways, yeah, I just listened to their conversation quietly, and basically that is based on the fact that you know, young children that are 1 year or younger, maybe even 2 years, they're not really going to be able to understand everything in Sesame Street. So I would say there's nothing wrong with them watching Sesame Street, but they're just not really going to get the full grasp of it. And, you know, it's a lot less likely that a 1-year-old is going to actually learn something and learn the ABCs and whatnot from Sesame Street. They'll probably enjoy it, so there's nothing wrong with them watching it, but I just see that they have made a special set of books and stuff for a smaller target audience of the younger children. Then probably 3 and under is their target audience for these things, I'm guessing. But that does remind me too, so my aunt, she has paid television through like cable or somebody, she had, I don't know if she has now, but there was a channel that was, I think, advertised somewhere on there that she could buy that was called Baby. And I believe it was animated, and it was like a stream with a deer walking by every once in a while and some butterflies and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cool. You just turn it on and just leave it on for your baby, I guess, if you need to calm them down. But so Sesame Beginnings is very much so for babies. And it's got the little simple books, like the bath books, that are made of some kind of a plastic, so that you can take them into the bathtub and they won't get wet. Baby can chew on them and nothing's going to happen to the book. And it's, I don't remember any of the story. Like, there's something about them going to the zoo and simple stuff like, oh, we went to the zoo. We saw a zebra. And we saw this, a monkey. We saw this. Simple things like that. You know, very simple and basic. And so you can read to your kids and kind of get them interested in Sesame Street and some of these things like that. So here's the problem that I have with Sesame Beginnings. Kind of in order to relate to the young children, they've taken your favorite Sesame Street characters, Elmo, I think Telly's in there somewhere probably, I know Zoe's in there, probably Oscar the Grouch is in there, some of the other characters, I can't remember their names, they're in there, and they're all wearing diapers, because they're babies, right? Now, the issue with that is that in the rest of Sesame Street, they're not wearing any form of clothes, except when they're playing dress up or maybe having like a costume party or something around Halloween time. So, and it's not a problem that they're not wearing clothes for the rest of this series. Sort of. But I feel it's just kind of a disconnect. I mean, but then dogs. You know, sometimes we will put dogs in a diaper, and they wear it around until they are potty trained, and they know that they go either outside, they have to go outside, or they go inside of a litter box, kind of a thing, you know? So, going by that logic, we're basically calling Elmo an animal. Elmo is a monster. Yeah, a nice monster. Kind of, sort of an animal. I mean, Big Bird is an animal. It just feels really awkward saying that Elmo is an animal. But we definitely don't treat Elmo like an animal at all. He is very much treated like another person. And this is definitely not whatever you call it when you have animals acting like people, but 90% of the characters in the show are an animal. Like Arthur, they all kind of look like animals. He's an aardvark, you got a moose, and there's some other stuff. But they're also very much so acting like people, and we don't call them animals. They just look, you know, I don't know what that's called. But this is just a little bit odd for me. I definitely don't want to call Elmo an animal, but if we go off of the logic that, you know, wear a diaper when he was little, and now he doesn't wear a diaper anymore, and I get that it's just something simple and basic. They didn't put a lot of thought into it, and I'm kind of okay with that. But it just seems weird and odd. So I kind of feel, though, that with the way Elmo is, shouldn't it be enough to make Elmo, shouldn't it be enough just to make Elmo smaller and have him be a baby? Because, I mean, with most animals, yeah, like I said, they're, I don't know, I just saw like some weird goofy hair or something on the ground. But so, like, with animals, the diapers is just some people choose to do diapers and do a potty training thing that way. But for the most part, we know a baby animal because it is smaller than all the others. That dog's a puppy because he's little, you know. And, you know, for chihuahuas, they're already small, but we know, oh, that chihuahua is smaller than normal-sized chihuahuas. You just kind of can tell, and you can know. And the way they act, too. So, it's just a minor annoyance that isn't going to be fixed by me talking about it, but I thought I would share. I guess it could go under TV show problems, which I cannot remember if I've done that. So I'm going to double check if I have, and if I haven't, then I'll have back on and do TV show problems next, see if I can remember them. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in whatever's next. Subscribe, please.